parents concerned about school safety as threats pop up on social media, what police are doing to keep children safe.
Police called to break up fights between a lawyer and his clients who say he's leaving them high and dry and out thousands of dollars.
So what happens when a state senator has a run-in with the law? In this particular case, the senator is on track to get the law changed.
Live from Atlanta, 11Alive at 6 starts now.
First this evening, area schools are on high alert, responding to multiple threats in just a single day. And in one case, Fulton County officials say the students and the parents did exactly the right thing. They took it to police.
And it really highlights the unease that many schools are feeling just 2 days after 17 were killed at a South Florida high school. Joe Hankey spoke to local officials about the way that social media factors into their security plans. He joins us live now from Northview High School. That's in Johns Creek.
Well, Jeff, there was a threat received here in Johns Creek. People saw a picture on social media. Police thankfully now tell us that that was actually targeting a Northview High School in Alabama, not here in Johns Creek. Meanwhile, in Sandy Springs overnight, police received a picture. A parent brought it to them. It was from a 12-year-old boy, police tell us, was making threatening comments on Snapchat. In both cases, police were able to investigate and respond appropriately because they received those messages in time. This picture, which led to a scare in Johns Creek, shows someone holding a gun and the words, "Do not come to school tomorrow" at Northview. Police now believe this originated from Alabama and is not referring to the Northview High in Johns Creek. And in Sandy Springs overnight, police arrested a student from Sandy Springs Charter Middle School for making terroristic threats in a post on Snapchat last night. Police were able to begin investigating and make an arrest before school began today, thanks to quick actions by parents.
The reporting party and the parent was very diligent in letting us know, and we were able to investigate the same day that the snap came out, the same evening.
Sandy Springs police, though, are not relying solely on tips from parents or students. Watching for buzzwords, monitoring particular users, working with social media platforms, all part of a strategy to hopefully catch threats before a tragedy occurs. Since social media is always evolving, though, and many messages are private, this is proving to be a unique challenge.
Things are more difficult for law enforcement to get the information, but we have had several officers and investigators that have gone to training, and they're continuously learning because as social media changes and technology changes, we have to keep up with the technology that's accessible to the public as well.
In the end, though, social media is just that, social. Anyone who sees something suspicious is asked to contact police.
Just like what happened last night, if you see something, let law enforcement know and we can intervene and start investigating and hopefully prevent anything that is going to happen.
And police tell us if you can, they need you to take a screenshot of any threatening post you see because they either can expire or be deleted easily on social media. That helps them not only investigate the threat specifically, but hopefully track down the person behind it. In Johns Creek, I'm Joe Hankey, 11Alive News.
Thank you. So how seriously are local police taking this? Just today, another man in Rockdale County was arrested for posting online about an active shooter situation at Conyers Middle School. Parents sent into a panic to pick up their children, believing it was an actual real threat. It turned out to be false. Derek Belcher is now in jail, charged with disruption of a public school.
Charges are pending tonight against a driver who hit and killed an 8-year-old girl on her way to school in Stone Mountain. The girl's mother was carrying her in her arms through a crosswalk at Rays Road and Central Drive when they both were hit. Police say the driver had a green light, but the stop sign on the bus was raised and emergency signals were on. The little girl died at the hospital.
Wow.
Her mother is now recovering from a hip injury.
New tonight, Georgia is now reporting 79 deaths from the flu this season. The official numbers include 3 children who have died. The number could actually grow to 4, though, because a Loganville girl just passed away yesterday. Emily Maddox's family says she tested positive for 2 different strains of flu. Naima Abdullahi spoke exclusively with the family today. And Naima, tell us, what did they notice? Any early signs at all?
I mean, this is such a heartbreaking story. The family says Emily's illness started off with just a pain in the stomach. They thought it was a stomach bug, but once the 7-year-old got a fever, she went to the hospital and tested positive for 2 strands of the flu. Now, all of this happened within just a few days, and Emily's life came to a tragic end just yesterday morning. The family says the community support has eased some of the pain they're going through. A GoFundMe account has raised more than $17,000, and Emily's story has reached reach people all over the country. Her grandparents, Margie and Todd Maddox, have a message for other families.
And I encourage people, if anything, if their child shows any symptoms, get them to the physician immediately. Don't hesitate. This flu is awful.
Emily attended Youth Elementary School in the Walton County School District. The family says the school has been supportive during this tragic time. Her funeral is set for this upcoming Monday, and there is a theme. Emily always wanted to be like Wonder Woman. That was her favorite superhero. So the family is looking to give her a send-off fit for a little hero, and they're hoping all the community members can also attend this service for Emily.
I pay my bills, and I pay that. And I'm just like this. If this is what's being done to our citizens, this will be an issue. Yes. It's not right.
New at 6, exclusive video of a Georgia state senator getting pulled over for an expired tag. So why is this a big deal? Well, there now is a push to change the law. And guess who is sponsoring the bill? Doug Richards has the story that you will only see here on 11Alive.
Last May, a police corporal in the Fayette County town of Tyrone walked up to a pickup truck and heard this.
I pay my bills.
Okay.
I'm a state senator. I'm not stupid.
Okay. The state senator was Marty Harbin, a Republican best known for sponsoring a controversial religious freedom bill last year. He'd been pulled over by another officer for having an expired tag.
Our policy, over 30 days of expiration, we have to tow the vehicle.
Who told Harbin the truck would have to be towed away.
You serious with me?
Yes, sir.
Within 10 seconds, the police body cam video shows Harbin promising to call the town's mayor.
I'll call it. I won't call Eric Dow, but I'll call the rest of them. But I pay my bills. This will not go over well.
I can tell you, you can talk to everybody at the department. The car's going to be impounded.
Harbin was surprised that the law allows police to impound a vehicle with an expired tag. After a few minutes and a few phone calls, Harbin adjusted his focus.
Because I'm going to take this and I'm going to the state and we're going to change the law.
In January, Senator Harbin introduced a bill that would allow motorists to drive away from expired tag violations. The measure passed the Senate last week, though Harbin kept quiet about the bill's personal origin.
Did this happen to you?
But he owned up to it, uncomfortably, in an interview.
I've kept that out of it, but because I think it's not about me, it's about my people and the people that I represent.
In the land of the free and the home of the brave, you know what? This is a crock.
Harbin says the traffic stop gave him first-hand experience with what he called a ludicrous law.
You're not the only one this happens to. So,
yeah, I mean, but I'm just saying
it's not like we're picking on you.
The law's wrong in that respect.
Okay.
And I'm not mad at you.
That's what I mean. We can't change the law. I mean,
well, I can't.
But that's you.
Harbin's truck got impounded. Harbin's bill is headed to the House of Representatives. Doug Richards, 11Alive News.
Wow, what a great story.
What a great story.
What a tremendous story. Really interesting. Surprise move this evening from the governor's desk. Governor Deal now confirming to 11Alive he's supporting the addition of PTSD and chronic pain to Georgia's medical marijuana registry. It's Representative Alan Peake of Macon, who is the original author of Georgia's medical cannabis law, and says it could significantly increase the number of people on the state registry. Right now, only 3,500 people are on it. It allows for people with specific group of illnesses and issues to use a low THC form of cannabis oil. The lawmaker Peake suspects the addition of PTSD and chronic pain could include people with diagnosed migraines, lupus, and fibromyalgia. You still cannot buy or grow medicinal marijuana in our state. Governor Deal says he completely opposes cultivation.
New tonight, police suspect an attorney in Griffin was drunk and he was high last summer, but referred to every call from upset clients as simply a civil matter. 11Alive Chief Investigator Brendan Keefe shows that police, courts, and the state bar didn't stop him until last year.
We have a preview now of tonight's late feed investigation beneath the law.
I've been chasing down for 2.5 weeks trying to get the paperwork going or either get my money back.
He's been telling me for a week and a half how he would meet me to give me back my stuff.
These people need a good lawyer.
I paid you $2,000. Right. And a drug addict. Look at you, man.
But the man they're confronting is their lawyer.
All right, so Walter Moore, this is my office, Moore Law Firm.
Police body cameras are rolling as Griffin officers respond to the law firm again and again.
There's an office full of people. He's done run off with everybody's money, and we would like the police to come up here. Oh my God, I cannot believe it. And he's a lawyer. What happened over there?
To break up fights between Walter Moore and the people who hired him.
What's going to happen is you're going to come and arrest me because I'm going to beat the living out of the guy for stealing my $2,000.
The police have to intervene between the lawyer and the client. This is unusual.
Exactly. But in this case, the attorney is the enemy.
Mr. Moore? On multiple visits over several days, we saw law books scattered on the floor, a phone with the message light blinking, files, and a necktie strewn about the firm.
We paid Walter Moore $2,500.
What'd you get for it?
Nothing.
Well, the state bar suspected this lawyer was practicing law while impaired at least back to March, but he was suspended only last month. Tonight on the late feed and right now on 11alive.com, many more of those police body cameras as clients tried to get their money back. Some of them ended up in handcuffs. How did we get to this point where clients ended up searching for records in the trash?
Well, it's bad enough if you're facing some sort of law issue, but then to have your barrister, your attorney, who's absolutely mired in the midst of malpractice, it makes it, considerably worse. There's nothing that can be done if somebody is completely incompetent. Is that correct?
And these bar investigations are secret because the bar is not the government. They're not subject to records requests. And while they're investigating a lawyer, they don't have to tell anyone.
Wow.
Interesting story we'll be watching tonight. Samantha, help us plan for the weekend.
Well, fourth weekend in a row where we're going to be seeing some rain around here, but at least it's warm this time around. Coming up, we'll talk about those temps and when you can expect the rain.
From the greatest joy to the deepest disappointment in 24 hours, we talked to Michaela Schifrin about what went wrong in a race everybody expected her to win.